It looks as though the Judgment Day could be on its last legs, and I really don't think that there's any way that they can come back from what's going on with them right now. The Judgment Day was one of my favorite factions, largely because I was in attendance for Payback last year when they took on Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn and won the tag team titles for the first time in that amazing Steel City street fight match. So I've always had a bit of a soft spot for Judgment Day, and also if we go back to the very beginning of the Judgment Day, its first leader was Edge, and Edge is one of my favorite superstars of all time. So this video is kind of tough for me to talk about because I do really enjoy Judgment Day when it was good, and right now it's just not hitting anymore like it was. Every good faction, group, whatever you want to call them, has their expiration date, and I think the Judgment Day is hitting theirs. And I think it really started going bad when Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley left. When Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley left the Judgment Day, that really felt like it was the beginning of the end for the Judgment Day as we knew it. And to its credit, the Judgment Day did what its purpose was, and that was to make superstars out of Damian Priest, Rhea Ripley, and you could throw Dominic Mysterio into that mix as well. Let's not forget, before Dominic came into the Judgment Day, he was a squeaky clean son of a legend in Rey Mysterio, obviously. And since he joined Judgment Day, he turned into one of the biggest heels the WWE has ever seen. And then you sprinkle the fact that he became even bigger of a heel when he turned on Rhea Ripley. And go back and look at the title reigns of Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley because they were simply fantastic. And I was not a huge Damian Priest fan before Judgment Day. I liked him. I had nothing against him, but he just didn't really do it for me in the ring, and his character just didn't really hit with me. But that title reign completely changed my opinion for Damian Priest. He became one of my favorite mic workers and became one of my favorite characters to watch on WWE. And Rhea Ripley's title reign made her into arguably the biggest name in the women's division now. So the Judgment Day as a faction served its purpose. It did its job, and it made bigger superstars out of its members. And again, when Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley left the Judgment Day, that really felt like it was the beginning of the end. It really, really did. And the story became more focused on Dominic Mysterio, Liv Morgan, and now Raquel Rodriguez. And it really feels like that the Judgment Day is more now just two separate teams. You have JD McDonough and Finn Balor, who are, let's not forget, the World Tag Team Champions. If you did forget about it, I don't blame you because they never, ever, ever defend the things. And on the other side, you have the team of Dominic Mysterio, Liv Morgan, and Raquel Rodriguez. It really feels like they are two separate teams at this point. Now let's take a look at Finn Balor and JD McDonough because this is something that has really, really bothered me because when Finn Balor was tag team champions with Damian Priest, it actually was really, really good. They were putting on fantastic matches and really carrying a lot of stories. And it just begs the question for me, what happened and why did it happen? Because the Finn Balor that we're getting now is a shell of what we were getting even when he was champions with Damian Priest. And I think it really sucks because Raw's tag team division is in absolute shambles compared to what's going on Friday Night SmackDown. We just saw the tag team division on SmackDown last week cook an absolute masterpiece. And then you look at Monday Night Raw and the tag team division is just nothing basically. It doesn't get any attention at all. The only attention that we get is the New Day taking on either the Final Testament or whoever it may be. So this is where I want to ask you guys a question. What's next for the Judgment Day? Because I really do think that JD McDonough and Finn Balor right now are going absolutely nowhere. So I would be completely on board if Dominic Mysterio, Liv Morgan, and Raquel Rodriguez split on their own and they made their own team or something. I already talked about how amazing of a run it was for Dominic Mysterio as a part of the Judgment Day. But one thing that I really should mention is Liv Morgan's work since she joined the Judgment Day. Now, one thing you need to know about me is I have never really been the biggest Liv Morgan fan. To me, she just left a lot to be desired, and I really just did not understand the hype that was surrounding her. But when she started getting involved with the Judgment Day and she started messing with Dominic Mysterio and creating a lot of memorable segments, it really started to change my opinion on her. And I love the work that she's doing right now, and I love what WWE is doing with her, Raquel, and Dom. So I really, really do think that the three of them could split and form a team of their own, because at this point, it really just feels like Finn Balor and JD McDonough are dead weight. Again, JD McDonough just simply rarely gets used ever, aside from being a henchman for Finn Balor. And Finn Balor, let's be honest, really, really took a hit after his loss at Bad Blood to Damian Priest. The way that he lost to Damian Priest just completely butchered the Finn Balor character, in my opinion. So I would really be on board for a team that consisted of Dominic, Liv, and Raquel. I think the three of them could really do something special together, and I'll be curious to see what it would look like post Rhea Ripley feud with Liv Morgan. So I'm excited to see what the future holds for those three, because, again, I really do think that a team with those three combined would make a really solid team, and I think would really continue to elevate them as superstars aside from JD McDonough and Finn Balor. So this is where I want to hear from you guys. Do you think the Judgment Day is on its last legs? What do you think happens with JD McDonough and Finn Balor? And do you like the idea of a team possibly forming with Dom, Liv, and Raquel? Because again, I really think a team with those three would really do numbers for their careers still, and I think that they could survive post the feud with Rhea Ripley. And also, probably the most important question that I have for you guys is, what's going to happen with Carlito? Let me know all that stuff down below in the comments, and while you're down there, swing by the description and click the Linktree link. The Linktree link will take you to all of the social media platforms for this channel. I highly suggest going and checking out our X page. Over on X, we do updates on Monday Night Raw, Friday Night SmackDown, and all of the PLEs. And overall, I want that to be a place for wrestling fans to go and talk about wrestling, especially if you're like me and you don't have a lot of people to talk to about wrestling. So if that applies to you, swing by a Monday or a Friday or a PLE coming up. Considering we have Crown Jewel coming up very soon, swing by the Crown Jewel updates on X, and maybe it's for you at the end of the day. With all that being said, that is going to do it for this video here. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, hit the like button. If you really enjoyed it, hit the subscribe button. It'll really go a long way as I continue to grow this channel. As always, stay tuned for more content coming in the future. We'll see you next time.